17 days until the US presidential election. All right, some numbers that are interesting we should check in on is this one from Polymarket, right? So Donald Trump has pulled ahead on prediction markets like Polymarket. So Trump is now at 62% at the time of recording, his odds of winning the presidential election. Kamala Harris at 38%. This is kind of crazy because this has been trading like neck and neck for quite some time here.
Ever since Kamala got actually named as a candidate, it's been basically within 3%.
Yeah, I mean, look at these numbers. Like, you know, Kamala ahead, then Trump ahead, 50-50, 50-50, and then suddenly this divergence. So the question,
complete divergence, yeah.
Yeah, and this is getting tweeted all around. Like Polymarket is mainstream at this point in time. It's on mainstream news, like Twitter.
The app is getting downloaded more than any other news organization's app. It's in the news category.
It's crazy.
It's getting downloaded.
Elon Musk is tweeting this out, of course. He's like, particularly because it's favorable towards Trump. So a question I think we all have is, why is this so different than the poll-based predictions that are going on? So, David, you know, we had Nate Silver on. We talked about this a little bit, but at that time, Polymarket was like, you know, trading 50-50, kind of, it was a coin flip. But now it's really diverged from models like Nate Silver's model. So this is Nate Silver's model. Let me pull this up. Look at this. This is as of kind of the same day.
50-50. That is 50-50.
Okay. And so like the question I was asking is like, all right, why is there the divergence between Polymarket and like, say, Nate Silver's model? I got some interesting answers. One, is some detail around, it's not just Polymarket. If you're curious, oh, this is just a Polymarket thing. It's kind of the crypto bros bidding it up. It's not just Polymarket, actually, David. It's all of the prediction markets pretty much. So Pinnacle has Trump at 60%, Bet 365, 58%, Bet Online, 58%. It's not just crypto bias from using Polymarket. Some people said it's because Polymarket is this is according to Adam Cochran, a single input crypto product. And I'm asking why a multi-input model would have different outcomes than a single input crypto product. I'm pretty sure that's wrong, David, because I don't think Polymarket is a single input at all. It's just kind of like the entire market.
Actually, it's the most incredibly diversified input model.
Yeah. So when I asked this on Twitter, I got a lot of wrong answer. I think Adam Cochran is kind of like wrong on this. And another take is because prediction markets are some of the most powerful entertainment tools ever created for fans to rally around their favorite all-stars with real stakes. This might be actually closer to what I think could be going on. It's basically like, hey, this is like entertainment based like betting. It's not just for kind of like the win. It's not a perfectly efficient market.
Right.
It's more like like my sports team. I want my sports team to win.
You're
and
gonna
my
watch
fans
the
are more
election.
fanatic.
Might as well put some money on it.
Yeah. Nate Silver actually wrote a blog post about this. I had to unlock, so I've unlocked this for you guys. His explanation is, he says this: sometimes market sentiment has a mind of its own. That can especially happen when traders are bored and angsty because they're in the doldrums. He continues, as I describe in my book, for certain types of major events like the Super Bowl, there's so much recreational money that there's often not enough sharp money to take it all off the table. So a single whale with bottomless pockets can feed a market for
There's
years.
more dumb money than smart money.
That's basically what he's saying. He goes on, and these are asymmetries in who trades at these markets and the political moods they strike. In the Trump era, Republicans tend to project confidence while Democrats tend to project anxiety. So this might be a reason. Just like Trump voters are kind of like overconfident, or Trump like bettors are overconfident. Anyway, a slew of different answers to this, including another one that I like is basically think of Nate's model is based on poll data, right? So he's almost like a fund manager, like kind of like making a bet. Whereas like Polymarket
is fund manager of statistics.
Yeah, he's like a fund manager, whereas Polymarket is like what the market says. And so, you know, Nate could be like, nah, the market's wrong. Here's what the poll says, and you can make a bet on that. But the general market is prediction markets, and it's giving Trump a sizable lead here. Are there other explanations from this that you've seen?
Yeah, so there is another corner to investigate why Polymarket is so divergent, and this is the world of on-chain data. And so this is a tweet that has gone viral in the last couple days or so from Fozzie Diablo, who says, a mysterious trader with 4 different Polymarket accounts, Freddy 9999, Princess Caro, Mitchie, Theo4 have all been making substantial bets in favor of Donald Trump winning the election. Freddie9999 has conducted over 1,600 trades supporting Trump in the past 24 hours, totally more than $4 million. They've also purchased more than 3 million shares betting that Trump would win the popular vote, and nearly 1.5 million shares that Trump would carry Pennsylvania, a crucial battleground state that is viewed as the most likely tipping point state in this cycle. And so he has also made investments into these contracts endorsing Republican politicians, such as Ambassador Nikki Haley, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. And so all in total, Freddie 999's positions is valued at more than $14 million on the platform, all in favor of Republican candidates. The second holder, Princess Caro, joined in September with position valued at $16 million with a current profit of $661 million. Wow. Great trade.
Doing well.
And traded $21 million across 14 different markets. But also, they did these time analysis of when these accounts are making their trades, and there's very clear clustering and time preferences. So they're all happening in the same time, but also when like one of these accounts stops trading, another one of these accounts starts. So like Freddie 99999 will make a bunch of trades, and then they will stop, and then Princess Caro will make a bunch of trades, and they will stop, and they're all happening in the same time of the day. And also, interestingly, they all have either $1 million or $500 million clips of USEC being withdrawn from Kraken to send into these accounts. So very similar behavior coming from these accounts. And all in all, there's something like, I think, $24 million that was come out of Kraken into these accounts to make pro-Republican candidate bids, especially on the Donald Trump, Kamala Harris market. So much, in fact, Ryan, that people are starting to make arbitrages across the different prediction markets. So all financial markets are linked together. And so even though other prediction markets are following suit, they're all saying the same things. It's because arbitrage is happening across all of them.
Oh, wow. Like, so Polymarket's really like the biggest liquidity book, but other markets are just following that because of ARB.
Exactly. There's so much volume going into the Polymarket from these buyers, these Republican account buyers, that it's this yoinking all of the other prediction markets with them. And so there's a link in the show notes for this guy who kind of did some like investigative journalism on who this trader is. They think it's a Frenchman of all people. And it's definitely in European hours, maybe even later.
Yeah.
They found this guy in the Polymarket Discord and said, "Hey, are you this person?" And then they got erratic. And then deleted their account, which is like, it's weird to get erratic while also holding like $25 million
but say this is true.
Positions here.
Like, what's kind of the implication here? So, you know, like some whale is betting on a bunch of Republican candidates, right? Like, it's a free market. Yeah. Everybody's able to bet, you know, or not bet. They put skin in the game. If he's right, he wins. If he's wrong, he loses. Like, what? But is there some other implication here?
Well, I think that's going to be answered as to like where this money came from. Is it one degen's money and they're just like yellowing $25 million on Trump and other Republicans because that's what they believe? Like, okay, maybe. Another conspiracy that I've heard is it's actually a super PAC, and they've decided that this is actually the best use of their money to like influence sentiment and positivity towards one side. Hasib didn't like that take. He says actually being the underdog is bullish. And so if you believed this, then if you were like if you were pro Kamala, this is what you would do, because now all the Kamala supporters like, oh no, like we got to get off our butts and go vote.
Right.
And it really depends on where the money came from.
Right. Well, it's interesting. Yeah. Because if Trump is in such a lead, the other way you could read this is like, oh, Trump voters can just stay home. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
just chill. Like, we've got this.
So we don't know if somebody's manipulating this. We don't know what side is manipulating it, or if that's even worth the cost. Anyway, so interesting, I think, what's going on with prediction markets. And of course, this is a much richer data set than just like polling data. Because polling data just kind of captures polling. It's like, you know, delayed. And so there's something to this market. You just got to like balance all the signals together and see like what it means. But I guess, David, we'll find out in 17 days what, hopefully anyway, what really happens with respect to the election.
To continue leveling up your crypto game, then you need to get on the Bankless newsletter. It's the world's most popular crypto email and is completely free. Just click below to sign up.